Welcome back to yet another video, thrill seekers and adrenaline junkies. Today we enter the exciting world of Formula 1, where every instant matters. But here's the catch. Have you ever wondered why the renowned Red Bull racing team, known for its groundbreaking innovation, appears to emulate slower F1 cars? Buckle up for a mind-bending adventure as we reveal the fascinating insights behind Red Bull's seemingly unusual strategy. Expect your assumptions to be shattered and your racing instincts to be sparked as we discover the enigma of why Red Bull dares to push the limits of speed. This isn't your typical rest break, it's a wild voyage into the unknown. Get ready to see the hidden secrets lurking beneath the massive Red Bull RB19 surface. As the dust settles from Sergio Perez's heart-stopping collision at Monaco's tricky Sainte-Devote, a tantalizing peek of the underfloor has sparked conjecture throughout the Formula 1 world. What lies beneath the surface? What mysterious design sorcery has Red Bull concocted this time? But hold on, there's more to this story than meets the eye. While other teams rush to decipher and reproduce Red Bull's innovative underfloor concept, they ignore a critical question that holds the key to closing the gap. It's not just about imitating a single element, it's about understanding the attitude that enables Red Bull to push the boundaries of invention like no other. Now let's look at the vast puzzle that explains why Red Bull dares to dance with slower F1 vehicles. As we analyze the recent occurrences at the Spanish Grand Prix, an intriguing perspective arises that offers light on Red Bull's sophisticated approach. Consider this. Red Bull, a persistent innovator, saw slight alterations in their competitors' floors, edge wing and diffuser, elements that other teams have long used. But wait for it, these observations were not made in vain. The great Adrian Newey, the brains behind Red Bull, extensively analyzed these solutions during his characteristic grid walks. Then, armed with this wealth of knowledge, Red Bull put its own spin on these tried and true concepts. It's a strategic masterstroke, a deft blend of innovation and adaptability that distinguishes Red Bull from the competition. But why, you might ask, does this provide Red Bull an advantage? Well, the evidence is in the pudding. Many teams have extensively optimized these improved features and have been subjected to rigorous testing and refining in the heat of competition. Red Bull can potentially improve performance by carefully integrating tried-and-true technologies without depending largely on CFD simulations or wind tunnel testing. It's a calculated risk, a bold action exemplifying Red Bull's aggressive quest for perfection. As we've discovered, the solution to Red Bull's desire for speed isn't as simple as a simple cut-and-paste operation. It's a delicate dance blending old and modern ideas. You see, Red Bull's mechanical wonders are not independent things, but rather vital elements of a vast web of aerodynamic brilliance. As they implement these observed features, they must guarantee that they perfectly fit the existing architecture, a symphony of engineering precision and innovation. It's like creating a one-of-a-kind garment provided to Red Bull's individual wants and objectives. But here's where it gets very interesting. Red Bull isn't content with stealing concepts, they're forging their path in the development tree. Consider it a distinct route, a world where they can further develop and optimize these accepted concepts. It's a journey that unfolds with each race, a never-ending search for perfection as the season unfolds before us. Let us enter the arena of aerodynamic magic, which forms the very soul of Red Bull's desire for dominance. Buckle up, because we're about to reveal the intricate alterations that have shocked the Formula 1 world. Let's begin with the maestro of deceit, the edge wing. Its forward part deftly embraces a C-shaped design, echoing the floor cutout beneath. But there's more to this narrative when we go back deeper. A strake, a small but powerful appendage strategically positioned on the upward scroll part, awaits here. What's its mission? To operate as an aerodynamic shepherd, expertly guiding the airflow offloaded from the floor. It's a sophisticated controlled dance that harnesses every whisper of air to propel Red Bull forward with unequaled force. But wait on, speed freaks, because the tinkering doesn't stop there. The attention is drawn to the diffuser's upper corner, where an extraordinary metamorphosis is taking place. Consider the inverse pocket layout, a clever strategy inspired by Red Bull's aggressive competitors. This modification not only changes the internal dynamics of the diffuser, but also has a significant impact on the behavior of the airflow over the upper corner. It's a high-risk bet, a daring approach that might either unlock a new level of performance or throw the delicate balance of the aerodynamics into disarray. This modification is a two-edged soared. It's a calculated gamble in which Red Bull engineers walk the fine line between harnessing the vast power of airflow and controlling its untamed character. Every millimeter, curve, and change shapes the fate of their racing machine, which can rocket them to incredible heights or leave them wrestling with unexpected challenges. Looking at Red Bull's design, consider Adrian Newey, the man with a mind full of unique ideas. Prepare to be intrigued by his distinct approach and the tremendous influence on the great concept of Red Bull's F1 cars. Adrian Newey, a true visionary in his own way, leads the Red Bull squad with the torch of inspiration. Despite the slight name confusion, his services to the team are no less impressive. While Adrian's design skills are well known, he has left an indelible impact on the larger philosophy that propels Red Bull's F1 machines to glory. He emerges off the pre-race grid amid the hustle and bustle, looking for his own specific type of motivation. With a blueprint in hand, he walks the grid, keeping a close eye on the front runners and the teams further down the order. Newey believes that brilliance has no hierarchy. He understands that genius may come from the most unexpected places. He delves into the microscopic features of competing vehicles, gleaning information that can propel Red Bull's own innovations to new heights. Newey's impact definitely shows through this lively exchange of ideas, as he infuses his enthusiasm and deep understanding into the team's pursuit of excellence. Adrian Newey is a visual genius who draws inspiration from the rich tapestry of the Formula One grid. He ignites a shared passion for creativity and pushes the boundaries of what is possible inside the team. His ideas, presence, and unshakable dedication form the foundation of Red Bull's racing mentality. Technical arrogance would seem to be a trademark of F1 design geniuses, but not in Newey's case. His brilliance stems from his intense curiosity and exceptional ability to seize any idea that strikes his attention. Consider Newey scrutinizing competing vehicles keenly, evaluating and comprehending every minute detail. This dedication and insatiable appetite for information has driven him to the top of F1 car design for over 3 decades. But wait a minute, isn't it unlawful in racing? While copying is illegal, the regulations allow for the influence of competitors' concepts. Article 1733 of the sporting laws expressly allows teams to draw inspiration from their opponents' ideas. The information, however, must be potentially available to all contestants and can only be retrieved at competitions or examinations. As a result, it's a delicate dance of observation and interpretation in which boundaries are maintained but opinions are welcomed. Let's be clear, we're not talking about scanning competitor vehicles or other 3D tricks. Newey and his Red Bull team represent something even more profound, a culture of engineering design humility. They remain open to new ideas, are willing to change and follow in the footsteps of others. This exact essence is ingrained in the Red Bull philosophy. But here's the catch, Newey's method isn't unique. Every team studies the visual subtleties of competing cars to get inspiration and incorporate ideas into their own designs. What distinguishes Newey is his fantastic ability to examine an idea, analyze its potential, and determine if it has actual worth. It all starts with a quick glance, a spark that sets off a chain reaction of investigation inside a much broader group. Following that first glimpse, an army of engineers rushes into action, diving deeper into the notion, researching its viability, and maybe implementing it into the car's design. It's a symphony of teamwork, where a flash of inspiration may spark a racetrack revolution. It may appear simple to view the existing designs, but converting those ideas into a working reality is an entirely different ballgame. Consider the case of Williams, whose modest yet stunningly exposed flaw drew Red Bull's notice during the Spanish Grand Prix weekend. Williams team principal James Vowles said openly that his team's designs lack the meticulous complexity seen in Red Bull's. While it may be tempting for Williams to replicate Red Bull's flaw, it is not as simple as a copy and paste job. In Formula One, an ignorant copy will not definitely make you faster. It all comes down to comprehension and integration. Even if you can understand and use the ideas of another team, there is a time lag in the process. By the time you catch up and imitate their inventions, the team you're imitating has already advanced the game. Indeed, it may take until the Japanese Grand Prix in late September for a Red Bull-inspired flaw to surface anywhere. Why? Because there is a limit to the amount of inspiration you can take, especially in basic automotive architecture. Because of the complexity of the chassis design and the homologation of essential components such as the gearbox and rear suspension configuration, drastic mid-season alterations are not possible. To actually be inspired, you must go beyond the hidden complexities of what you're attempting to reproduce. But it doesn't stop there. You must also have a deep understanding and skill to apply those ideas. Formula One car parts are not interchangeable or simply grafted onto another chassis. They need to be wholly integrated into the overall design. It's not simply the mind-boggling interaction of airflows within the vehicle. It's about how each component interacts with crucial features like the mechanical platform. That is why there has been so much discussion regarding Red Bull's suspension design, which was the focus of their efforts when the new rules were implemented. They recognized the significance of incorporating their improvements into the vehicle's overall performance. Red Bull Racing stands tall as a tribute to the force of imagination in this dynamic domain of Formula One, where ideas inspire revolutions and innovation knows no bounds. They recognize that speed is defined by not just raw horsepower, but also the mastery of integrating ideas, the finesse of adapting concepts to their own architecture, and daring to explore beyond the expected. Stay tuned, since there is always more to explore.